Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the closing ceremony for ArtNow 2021. Yay! We're so excited to be here with you today. My name is Amy Davis. I'm the executive director for New Museum Los Gatos, and it is my honor and privilege to start off today's program. In a few minutes, we will hear from a range of distinguished community members, staff, artists. It's going to be a really great program today, and we can't wait to tell you more. But first, I want to share just about 2 or 3 minutes of words about this year's ArtNow exhibition and why we chose the theme we did. No one may have felt the weight of this past year more than our nation's youth. 2020, of course, as we all know, was a year of upheaval and focused social action in the face of a range of global issues: the COVID-19 pandemic, the Black Lives Matter movement, the CZU Lightning Complex fire, and the presidential election. And all of these were weighing heavily on our society when we were thinking about ArtNow for 2021. And so the theme of good trouble came up, a term, of course, coined by the late Congressman John Lewis, born 1940 and died 2020. And of course, an activist, a social mover. And this is a prompt that embodies the spirit of social activism so strongly present in our lives right now. From his activist work as a freedom writer, marching in the Edmund Pettus Bridge in 1965, to his decades-long legislative work on the Voting Rights Act, he never strayed from his pursuit of justice and equality. And I'm just going to share a quote that he made. "Do not get lost in a sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic. Our struggle is not the struggle of a day, a week, a month, a year. It is the struggle of a lifetime. Never, ever be afraid to make some noise and get in good trouble, necessary trouble." So this was an inspiration for us to then inspire our artists this year to submit artwork on the theme of good trouble and how high school students especially have been internalizing the events that we've all been going through together. So with all this in mind, I want to also take a moment to thank those of you that have remained committed to New Museum Los Gatos' vision to offer equal and equitable representation, opportunities, and services to all. In particular, we want to thank, of course, all of our sponsors, which you see on the slide here, but in particular, visionary supporters Mike and Elise Parsons for helping us launch ArtNow back in 2012 and supporting it all these years later. We also want to thank the teachers and parents who have overcome incredible hurdles to mentor, support, and encourage these emerging artists on the precipice of their artistic or other careers. And finally, we want to say a special thank you to the youth who submitted artwork this year under incredible circumstances. I would invite all of us today to listen to these students, listen with our eyes to those young artists who have vital information to share with you through their artwork. Listen with your mind to their artist statements, which so eloquently articulate their thoughts and insights about our society. And listen with your hearts to what they're asking adults to do for their future. Acknowledge the inequity still prevalent in our world and make good trouble dismantling systemic racism and violence. So I'm going to pass on the baton now to Michelle Jubilee, our education program manager, who's going to talk about ArtNow a little bit more and today's program.
Thank you, Amy. I'm so happy to be with all of you today. Thank you for joining us. So I just wanted to quickly talk about programs. I'm NUMU's education programs manager. You've probably received many emails from me in the last month. For the first time ever, we had some programming for ArtNow, which is really exciting, and we're so excited to carry that forward into the future for virtual programs as well as in person. And so this is just a spotlight of some of the things that we've had. We had a panel discussion, Unpacking Good Trouble, featuring Sophia Fohas, Ron P. Murera, Usha Srinivasan, and we also had a celebration of Good Trouble with our new partner Mosaic, which we're so happy to be partnering with. And we also have a new blog, which was just recently launched, and I invite you to check that out. And I'll be dropping all these links in the chat for you to peruse our website.
Thank you so much, Michelle. We have a few community members who are going to share some thoughts and inspiring words about ArtNow and Good Trouble. And first up, I am so honored to introduce Mayor of Los Gatos, Mariko Sayok, who has some words about this year's exhibition.
Thank you, everyone. Well, first of all, normally we are very happy to invite all of you to join us during the celebration. We have been the proud host of this wonderful art for the past 10 years. I still encourage you to come visit Los Gatos because right now, similar to the campaign of Good Trouble that these youth have depicted in their art, we are beginning our own Good Trouble campaign. If you visit Los Gatos, you'll see banners in front of the new museum that talk about listening, learning, changing, and growing. And I hope that all those that come visit could really take to heart the wonderful art that you're about to see, the good trouble that these youth have depicted, and let's learn from the images that they've showed, because what I have learned through this year is that there's so much more to grow, there's so much more to learn, and these youth are leading the way, and we are followers and watching. And so to all the award recipients, thank you for sharing what's in your minds, what's in your hearts. And I'm so happy and so honored to be hosting your art here in our wonderful town of Los Gatos. Thank you so much. And again, congratulations and welcome.
Wow, thank you so much, Mariko, and thank you for being here today. It's such an honor to have you. And thank you also for talking about our local Los Gatos efforts to bring awareness to equity and inclusion. And so I went ahead and posted a link to that effort in the chat as well. So I'm going to turn the mic over now to Kimberly Schneider, the Deputy Director of New Museum Los Gatos. And Kim has been part of the museum for over 7 years, and so has seen a lot of art now. And so she's going to share a little historic perspective on the exhibition and program.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy. Welcome everyone here today. And yes, I've been a part of the museum for such a long time. And this is one of my favorite programs that we produce every year. Each and every year, I am so taken back by the quality of the work that we receive, the thoughtfulness of the artist statements. And this program just, I think, really impacts not only the participants, but the viewers and the staff and everybody who gets to just see this. And I'm just so grateful for all the teachers that really have incorporated it into their classroom, because we really wouldn't be able to be successful without it. So thank you. And we're always looking for feedback. So shoot us an email, talk to us. We're always looking to grow and expand, and we want to hear from you. Same goes to the students. So please, feedback, send it to us. We want to know. This show started in 2012, and we received about 200 submissions that year. 10 years later, during a pandemic, we received close to 600 submissions. So it really has grown over the past 10 years and evolved from, I think, themes that were maybe vaguer in the beginning to themes that I think really challenged challenge just the level of art and how to open your mind and really create something that, causes a reaction, causes the viewer to, want to learn more. And now I'm just going to jump into some housekeeping things. So each year, this catalog, it's one of our only exhibitions that we produce a catalog for each year. And the catalog is complimentary for each exhibiting artist and teacher. The only catch is you have to pick it up at the museum when we reopen on May 21st. But don't fret, because each exhibiting artist and their guests gets to come view our new exhibition for free. So please come and take us up on that. And don't forget to get that catalog. It's wonderful if you're, just as a keepsake, or if you're applying to art school. It's just a wonderful thing to have. And I also want to thank, I know we're announcing the winners tonight, but today, but everybody who really participates in this program, I think, is a winner. So thank you to all the 600 students that submitted their artwork. And thank you to the 78 students from the nation. Your work is amazing. It's valuable. We really wouldn't have this show without you. And we just are so appreciative. And one thing I just wanted to mention, a little blurb. So each award winner does receive a cash prize and a gift certificate. Those will be mailed out to you. So I will be sending out an email to the winners a little later next week to get that information. So please respond back to me with the correct information. And that's all I have to say.
Oh, thanks, Kim. That's so wonderful that we can distribute the catalog to all of you. Thank you so much. So now we're going to hear from Julie Erickson, NUMU's art curator, who's going to tell us a little bit about the judging process for ArtNow.
Thanks, Amy. This year, social distancing challenged us to adopt a slightly modified process for judging, since we're tackling new virtual platforms and remote systems for collaborating. So thank you all for working with us through those challenges. As Amy mentioned, we're so honored that all of you, teachers and students and parents, have taken the time to participate in this beloved program. This year, we received over 580 submissions from all over Santa Clara County, from 26 different schools. And as Kim said, 78 pieces were juried into the exhibition, with at least one piece submitted from each school being accepted. The NUMU curatorial team spent many hours reviewing each submission and considering their merits based on technical skill, execution, and the way that they address the theme. Once those exhibiting artists were announced, we convened a wonderful group of judges who teach and practice art in the South Bay. 3 of those judges have judged the ArtNow exhibition for years now. Kathy Aoki from Santa Clara University, Kristen Linseth from Mission College, and James Morgan from San Jose State University. We also invited 3 new judges to join the team this year: Mitra Fabian and Cindy Reese from West Valley College, and Andrea Borsuk, currently at Cabrillo College. We're very grateful for those judges, for the time that they have spent dedicated to the thoughtful discussion and consideration of each piece in this exhibition according to their category and medium. So we're looking forward to seeing the results. Back to you, Amy. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Julie. So I'm going to turn the platform now over to the Los Gatos Poet Laureate, Jen Siriganian. And I'm so excited to hear what she's about to share. So Jen, I'll just let you take it away.
Thank you so much, Amy. My name is Jen Siriganian, as Amy said, and I am the Town Poet Laureate of Los Gatos. And I just first want to congratulate all 78 artists for making good trouble by making amazing art. As I crafted a poem for ArtNow 2021, I perused the virtual exhibit and I decided to write a poem that included as many words as possible from the titles of the featured art. At least one word, if not all of them, from each title will appear in the poem that I will share with you today. Thank you. Good trouble. We're not going back. We're not brushing it off. For too many decades, America's head was in the clouds. Traffic stops are not just traffic stops, and some lives don't matter. Through the barrel of a gun, we are all disrupted. When some are a threat, too many die. Don't defend yourself, be the bigger man, be the bigger woman. The key to hope is giving history a time out, and quarantine protects against COVID, but harmony is a fabrication. This is the hour when an 85-year-old Asian grandmother should wait for a bus without fear. This is the hour when women pave freedom's path. This is the hour to rage when a Filipino hospital worker is shoved to the ground and told to return to China. Topple the wall of hesitancy, break the tide of violence equaling silence. Follow untold truths into the land of the free and reject peace without justice. Feel that weight of the American patchwork quilt. Listen to fathers of the Underground Railroad. Discard fear, talk about Stonewall, talk about rainbow blood. Prioritize Atlanta, make participation more than virtual. Stand with the faces of pink and remember May 25th. Go rogue like Eve and Pallas and Venus and let your words burn with power. Welcome necessary trouble and feed community. Push onwards, break past constraints after so much waiting. Remember that heroes don't all wear capes. Be the destruction necessary to squash chaos and join conversations about police brutality, inequity. Project your words louder. Feel defiance root downward, cultivate into a fern of resistance and change. Perhaps we fail. Perhaps scissors bleed America red. We can staunch the flow. If there seems to be too few of us, watch art shatter glass cages, celebrate the youth, especially those who make good trouble. Thank you so much.
Wow, Jen, thank you. Take that in for just a moment. Jen, that was incredible. Thank you for bringing your talent to us today. I think that just really brings our theme home for us. So in another inspiring voice that we're going to hear from today, Akshay Thakur was ArtNow 2019's Best in Show artist. And he is here to talk to us today about what life is like 2 years later.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a good afternoon so far. My name is Akshay. As Amy mentioned, I won Best in Show in 2019, and I'm currently finishing up my first year at UC Berkeley. Having been in your position just a few years ago, I know many of you are anxious to hear the names of the winners, so I'll try to keep this brief. First off, congratulations to all of the student artists. You should be very proud of yourselves and your work, especially given the difficult circumstances of this past year. One of the most important lessons ArtNow taught me is the value of art in delivering a message, big or small, personal or political. Seeing all the art inspired by the theme Good Trouble, I'm sure many of you have found the same to be true. I hope that as you continue your journey with art, you use your work as a platform to share your voice and your opinions with the world, because your voice matters and what you have to share also matters. And speaking of your journey with art, I hope you realize that this is just the beginning. Whether you've been seriously studying art for years now or you're just getting started on your own, you all have amazing futures ahead of you where your relationship to art will morph and grow. Being part of this program helped me show that I can have a place in the art community and in art practice, and also that art can have an important place in my own life. Although I'm not currently studying art in college, it's still my favorite pastime and an important avenue for self-expression. So whatever path you decide to choose for yourself, I hope that art will continue to have a special place in your life one way or another. Congratulations to all of you again on some incredible work, and thank you so much for your time.
Oh, Akshay, thank you so much. That's incredible. Thank you for those inspiring words that we can all take with us. We're going to move on now to the awards. Oh my gosh, we have an incredible lineup of ArtNow supporters who are going to be giving out awards today. So just as a reminder, before we dive in, you can use your virtual icons or the chat box to give applause, thumbs up, say some words of encouragement. And then we'll have a unmuted applause later after we've distributed the awards. So first, I am so pleased to introduce Mitra Fabian, sculptor and art instructor at West Valley College at the Silker School of Art and Design.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Amy. And as Amy just said, my name is Mitra Fabian, and I teach sculpture in ceramics at West Valley College in Saratoga. I was really excited when my former dean reached out and said that the museum wanted to collaborate with West Valley, and this was kind of the first step in forging a new and fruitful relationship. And being a judge for this was an incredible experience. It was really impressive to see all of the work. We had a lot of fun doing the judging, and there were some hard choices. So I'm very pleased to be able to name the Digital Art Award, which is sponsored by the Silker School of Art and Design, which, by the way, is getting a new building in about a year. And digital art is any composition that is rendered using computer software such as Adobe, Photoshop, Lightroom, InDesign, and other such programs. And the art award goes to Vivian Cheng with Quarantine. Vivian goes to Monte Vista High School, and the instructor is Brian Chow. Congratulations. The second place is Aaron Kim. Not all heroes wear capes. Aaron goes to Palo Alto High School, and the instructor there is Kate McKenzie. And first place goes to Daphne Clark, Faces of Pink. Daphne goes to Homestead High School, and the instructor there is Tyler Cripp.
And our next category will be drawing. I'm Ginger McDonald. I'm representing Los Gatos Morning Rotary and have also been a sponsor since the opening and start of Art One. What a proud opportunity for so many of these students to be giving the opportunity individually to express themselves at times like more recently. The art is just outstanding. And in the drawing category, it represents any two-dimensional piece created on a flat surface using dry media such as charcoal, ink, colored pencil, graphite, pencil, soft pastels, and oil pastels. The judges' recognition will go to Grace Conkle, attending Los Altos High School, excuse me, Grace. The title of her art is Fabrication. The professor is Christine On. The second place goes to Tanika Badis. The title is We're Not Going Back. Student attends Lee High School, and Kimberly Bartell is the professor. The first place winning goes to Richard O. The title is Roots. Attending Cupertino High School, instructor is Alice Cunningham.
The next category is mixed media. My name is Lisa Sieber, and I am a Los Gatos Morning Rotary member and honored to be announcing today. The mixed media category includes any composition that incorporates multiple mediums on one surface, wet and dry. For example, a collage with magazine photos, ripped up paper, found objects, painting. The Mixed Media Judges Recognition Award goes to Sydney Liu. The title, Breaking Constraints. The student attends Independence High School. The teacher, Brandy Fabricas. The second place Mixed Media Award goes to Bailey Few. The title of the piece, Bleeding America. The student attends Los Altos High School. The teacher, Christine Ahn. The first place Mixed Media Award goes to Jamie Shin. The title of the piece, The Welcoming. The student attends Los Altos High School. The teacher, Christine Ahn. Congratulations.
Our next category is painting. Any two-dimensional piece that uses watercolor paint, acrylic paint, or oil paint on a canvas, wood panel, paper, or other flat surface. And the judge's recognition goes to Sunny Yoon. This is the Hour is the title. The attendant school is Monte Vista High School, and the instructor is Brian Chow. The judge's recognition, Edward Zhang. The title is And We Waited. The student attends Palo Alto High School, and the instructor is Katie McKenzie. Judge's recognition to Camelia Williamson. The title is Head in the Clouds. Camelia attends Los Gatos High School, and Augustina Matsui is her instructor. Second place goes to Carly Ice Crispa, Traffic Stop. The student attends Los Gatos High School. Her instructor, Augustina Matsui. First place winner is Lena Lee, Breaking the Grasps. She attends Milpitas High School, and her instructor is Emily Moore. Congratulations.
The next category is photography, sponsored by Jillian Troffgruben. This includes the process that utilizes black and white photography or color digital photography with either a digital camera or an analog camera. The first place photography award goes to Leo Hernandez. The title of the piece, History. The school attended Westmont High School. The teacher, Rachel Bradley.
The next category is sculpture, but if I may, I would like to acknowledge and certainly extend our deepest appreciation to the paintings sponsor, goes to Linda Smythe, the Young Artists Fund. Thank you, Linda, and the organization. The sculpture category is any three-dimensional piece that is created using clay, bronze, wood, glass, paper, and many others. The first place winner is Shreya Patel. The title is Desi American Quilt. Shreya attends Leland High School, and her instructor is Stacy Rappaport.
The next category of awards is video animation. This includes any artwork that requires a digital screen to view. The first place award for video animation goes to Karina Johnson. The title of the piece, Stone Wall. The student attends Monte Vista High School, taught by Brian Chow.
Wonderful. Ginger and Lisa, thank you so much for representing the Los Gatos Morning Rotary and for being such dedicated supporters for so long, individually and as a group. We appreciate it so much, and thank you for your partnership. I think it's time for Best in Show, presented by Mike and Elise Parsons. Mike and Elise were part of the original vision for ArtNow 10 years ago and have supported the Best in Show scholarship ever since. They have some heartfelt words to share today about their experience with ArtNow over the years, and of course, to give out the Best in Show award.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you. This museum has always had a high school show long before it evolved to where it is now. In the past, it was mostly one high school, Los Gatos High School. The students presented mostly class projects. We'd have 20 or 30 pieces that would all be basically the same subject. So my committee and I decided, in order to make this a more museum-worthy art show, we would try to invite more schools to get involved. And first year it was, I think, 3 or 4 schools that we involved. And we were astounded by the increase in quality of those exhibits. So we decided to expand it and include every high school in the county, which was an overwhelming job for our committee, our small committee at the time. There are over 40 high schools in Santa Clara County, all the way from Palo Alto to Gilroy. But it paid off with an overwhelming number of submissions. In some years, we had well over 600, I think, if my memory serves me right. It was a daunting task for our judges. But the end result was astonishing. We've had 70 or 80 examples of the most incredible high school art worthy to be shown in a museum. My wife and I decided from the beginning that if we could do anything to encourage these students, we should. And so we decided to offer a $5,000 scholarship to advance the education of these winners. Of course, we hope the winner continues their practice of art in one degree or another, even if they don't major in art. Interestingly, for a countywide competition, this year's winner comes from a high school just across the street from the museum, Los Gatos High School. The teacher of the winning piece is Augustina Matsui. I'm happy to present this year's scholarship prize for the Best in Show to Toby Britton. The piece is titled Bigger Man. Congratulations, Toby.
Thank you so much, Mike and Elise. Congratulations, Toby. Oh, what a wonderful moment to be here together to celebrate Toby. So Michelle's going to take it from here and talk about our People's Choice Award.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. After we announce this award, we'll be able to all unmute ourselves and give a huge round of applause. So I'm excited for that. We decided to have a People's Choice Award, and just to tally it up for you all, we got 211 votes, and 50 of those votes go to the winner. And we hope to continue on with this award in the future. So we had voting open since yesterday evening. So I'm so impressed with how many votes we got. And I look forward to in the future how many more votes we get. So without further ado, the People's Choice Award goes to Ashley Q. In Chaos There is Harmony. And Ashley goes to Palo Alto High School, and her teacher is Yuming Sang. So if we can all unmute ourselves, please feel free to cheer.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Amazing.
I'd like to interject one thing. First of all, this is not the first year we've had a People's Choice Award. I don't know when that year was, but at least one previous year we had a People's Choice Award.
You know, I've been married to this man for 58 and a half years. And I have never seen him have a passion. He's always had a passion for the different businesses he's been in. My husband was a dentist, a periodontist, but all along, even as a young boy, he was doing art. He was making model airplanes. He made a rocket. And so I think what it was for him is the art always balanced what he was doing. Now, I was a liberal arts teacher. So our foundation is for art and education, because I believe education is what causes freedom and advancement for all of us. And then the art adds another dimension. We really need art, and we need to support it, because we are not just right-brained or left-brained, we are whole-brained, and you need both of them. Art adds something that nothing else can. So as I was saying, I was a liberal arts major in college, and my husband, I was taking art history, and Mike, he was at Cal Berkeley, I was at a women's college in the Bay Area, and on our dates on Sunday, we would head off to the San Francisco museums, the De Young and the other one, and Mike started picking up on art there because he had no chance to do it afterwards. So then when we decided to do a foundation, it was a no-brainer to decide that it had to be for art and education. And he has just really enjoyed this museum. So I know I did a little bit of bragging rights, but Mike's very modest here. And
I think you've earned it.
Well, and you know, we'd love to see these students and what they've done with it, and like the quality of the art. And we love to get to know them. And sometime we want to do a retrospective of all the students who have received the award, and see where they are and how it's enhanced their lives.
That's a great idea, Lise. Oh, thank you for sharing that perspective. It's so wonderful to learn a little bit more about why art now speaks to your heart so much. So I think Toby has some words to share with us, our Best in Show winner.
I don't have like much to say, just like thanks. I just spent a lot of time on this, so yeah, it's cool to see that. It's just been like sitting like right here for like months in the corner of my room. Just weird that it's like that now. But congratulations to everyone else that won, everyone else that entered, and thank you again.
Thanks, Toby. Congratulations. We're all feeling so much gratitude for this effort, this exhibition, this series of programs. We want to take one more opportunity to thank our sponsors, which are so committed to this, to the new Museum Los Gatos, to ArtNow. Mike and Elise, thank you. Los Gatos Morning Rotary, thank you. West Valley College representing, thank you as well. And of course, to all the others that continue to support these young artists. And I think Ginger and Lisa would like to say one more thing before we leave.
Yes, thank you, Amy. I just wanted to revisit for just a second how this event came about, and certainly with the tremendous support of the Parsons, Michael and Alice. But I do recall it started out with a very small team of high energy individuals with a passion for art and a way to really get the students involved in art at an early time. And the idea, Mike and Alice, you can correct me, but the idea of setting a theme of 1 or 2 words that might be timely in what is going on in the world was so wonderful. And over the years, the description and the interpretation and the various forms of art from these students has been overwhelming. As I recall, there were under 10 students the very first year. I may be wrong. Mike and Alice, please correct me, but I think there were very, very few students. So you can imagine when they expanded it to the entire Santa Clara County school district, what a huge effort. So to the volunteers and the committee for such a wonderful vision and such a dream, and to all of the students, I'll speak for the Los Gatos Morning Rotary and certainly my husband and myself as sponsors. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, Ginger, thank you for sharing that. And, it's such an honor to have your supportive words after all these years. And to hear that perspective from you and Mike about how much it's grown over the years as well. That's so inspiring. I can't wait to see where it goes next. 2022, mark your calendars. It's happening. So, I just, before we wrap up and give a little shout out to our reopening, I just want to once again, thanks to all of you for participating today, especially the young artists who submitted to ArtNow this year. We hope it can be a platform for you to express your ideas through art in whatever way makes sense for you, and go out there and make some good trouble now and into the future. Thank you so much. And so before you go, Kim, you mentioned that NUMU is reopening May 21st. Hooray. And we are busy as can be getting the museum ready to open once again. And so thank you for your patience as we installed our new show, Carrying Stones by Sawyer Rose, and would love if someone could put that in the chat. That'd be great. And we'll be open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the hours you see here. And we are offering free admission to all ArtNow exhibiting artists. So come visit the museum for free, pick up your catalog, feel the love, and enjoy some art. So thank you everyone for coming today. We appreciate it so much.